let's rank all the rides at Universal Studios Florida from eh to OMG must ride. Let's go. Let's head into Universal Studios Florida. Now, I want to remind you for this video, we're just talking about this park, Universal Studios Florida. We're not going to be talking about Islands of Adventure with Velocicoaster and Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure TM or anything over there. I already did a video ranking those rides, so we're just focusing on the rides in this park, Universal Studios Florida. Also, walking into this park is always such a vibe because they use the scores. So it's like Back to the Future's playing right now, Jaws will play, E.T. It's always a vibe. Someone has to be last on this list, and I'm sorry, Woody Woodpecker's Nuthouse Coaster. It has to be you. Woody's Woodpecker Nuthouse. Woody's Woodpecker. Woody Woodpecker's Nuthouse Coaster is a kid-friendly coaster back in the back of Universal Studios Florida near the Feifel Water Playground, DreamWorks Destination Dance Party, and the Curious George area. It's a cute coaster if you've got little ones, but that's the main purpose of this attraction. It's a good kids first coaster, a short height requirement of only 36 inches. It's similar to the Barnstormer, so it's fun, it's cute. If you've got ones that age, you're kind of testing them to see if they want to handle a roller coaster or not. But really, if you've got older kids, if you're adults, if you've got thrill seekers, or if you've got ones that are too short to ride it, it's definitely not a must-do. It's pretty much a skip unless you are in that target audience. Now, Woody Woodpecker's Coaster does have Universal Express Pass accepted if you are using that, which you can purchase or comes free with certain resort stays. Do kids even know who Woody Woodpecker is? Are you a screwball? Haha! Good one. The Laugh Path. Wow. Here we go.
And on the Molly must-ride scale, Woody Woodpecker's Nuthouse Coaster gets a 1.
Coming in second to last place, we've got our first attraction from Springfield, which is Simpsons Land, KANG and KODOS Twirl and Hurl. KANG and KODOS Twirl and Hurl is a spinner-style attraction similar to Dumbo or Magic Carpets of Aladdin, but instead it's here in Springfield in Simpsons Land, and it features these aliens who I assume are in The Simpsons. And they're actually pretty funny. They say really funny stuff while you're spinning. The pro to this attraction is that it is kind of funny, and it's a no height requirement attraction, so it's great for little ones to do when older kids are riding things with taller height requirements. It's not very popular though. It doesn't usually have that long of a line, but it does have Express Pass just in case. The reason it's so low on our list is it's definitely a skip. No need to prioritize this unless you're like a die-hard Simpsons fan, or again, you've got little ones who aren't tall enough to ride some of the other attractions nearby. But for most people, you can just keep moving on to the next attraction in Springfield, which we'll get to in a few spots.
Have you never invaded a city before?
Quit it!
Masters.
Oh, that's nothing.
And on the Molly must-ride scale, KANG and KODOS Twirl and Hurl gets a 1.
Zooming into number 11, we have Race Through New York starring Jimmy Fallon. Sorry, Jimmy. This is a 3D simulator attraction where you are going to race Jimmy Fallon through New York, as the name would suggest. At some point you go to the moon, which is very interesting. The roots are there, which is fun. And then it's full of a lot of inside jokes from The Tonight Show. You're going to see the Barbershop Quartet, you'll see #ThePanda, you'll see the L Girls, and it begs the question, who asked for this? Who wanted this ride? I think we all know who wanted this ride. This attraction is silly, and it's fine, and your kids may get a kick out of it if your kids aren't prone to motion sickness. But when I tell you this attraction makes me more motion sick than almost any attraction in the universe, I'm not lying to you. This attraction makes me so sick. It's unbelievable. As well as Quincy. Quincy told me she hates Jimmy Fallon as a person now because of this attraction making her so sick. I don't blame her. Just kidding, Jimmy. Jimmy, if you're watching, we're sure you're very nice, but this is too much. I would never recommend waiting in a long line for it. Luckily, it doesn't usually have a long line, and if it does get long, they will go to a virtual return, and it also takes express. It's one if you've done everything else in the park and you have a strong stomach, you might as well go on it, but you'll probably end up confused. But it's not one I'd ever suggest someone that gets motion sick ride because it's simply not worth it. The lobby's cool though. It really does look like the Tonight Show in there, so maybe just go check that out.
On the Molly Must-Ride scale, Race Through New York starring Jimmy Fallon gets a 0.5. Wow! But Molly's holding a grudge, so let's call it a 2 for most. Yeah!
Next up on our list is an attraction so bold, so daring, so exciting, that the people you survive this adventure with, you could call them family. Of course, I am talking about none other than Fast and the Furious Supercharged, an attraction that so many of you hate. And I get it. This is not the best attraction. Basically, on Fast and the Furious Supercharged, you're supposed to be going to a party with the Fast and the Furious crew because Dom has won another race, but whoa, Luke Evans is like, no, I know one of you's the witness. I'm gonna need you to give me that information. So then The Rock and all the Fast and the Furious people try and help you, and you're on a big bus, and it's like a virtual simulator all around you. My favorite part about this attraction might be the pre-shows where they have a live team member interact with you and they're always super funny, and honestly that might be my dream job to do that for a day. Fast and the Furious Supercharged does have Express Pass. It also will go to virtual line if it gets too long. I mean, at one point Vin Diesel hangs from a helicopter that's as big as he is and then slides back into his own car, and it's ridiculous. I love this ride because of how ridiculous it is. I always say I love this ride and people yell at me, but like, I don't think it's good. That doesn't mean I love it any less. It's insane, and I like to watch different things that happen each time because new and crazy things catch my eye. Would I ever tell you to wait more than 15 minutes for this ride? No, I would not. At one point, The Rock calls an FBI agent Cookie Puss. Okay, this ride's ridiculous.
And on the Molly Must-Ride scale, Fast and the Furious, well, for Molly it's a 5, for the average person, a 2.
Landing at number 9, you've got the Simpsons ride here in Springfield. This is a simulator attraction featuring all the characters that you know and love from The Simpsons. When I say you, I really mean you. I don't mean me, because I've never seen an episode of The Simpsons, so... But I know they're pretty popular. They've been around for a while, which is why it ranks at number 9. The ride system is very unique. You kind of get your own theater and your own ride vehicle, and then all of those little ride vehicles rise up into one massive theater. It's a very funny attraction. I don't even get the Simpsons jokes, but they make fun of other famous attractions like Pirates of the Caribbean and SeaWorld, which I figured out that humor and I laughed. At some point, Sideshow Bob tries to kill you. I don't know why he wants to kill you. I don't know what you've done to him. I didn't do anything to him, so I don't know why he wants to kill me. The Simpsons ride is not any higher, though, on this list because it makes a lot of people extremely motion sick because of the simulator attraction, because of the style of the ride. It can make you very motion sick, so ride with caution. It does offer Express Pass because it can be a very, very long line because, again, The Simpsons are popular, so... Let me know in the comments if I should watch The Simpsons. I probably won't, but I'd like to hear some compelling arguments.
And on the Molly Must-Ride scale, the Simpsons ride, well, for her it's a 1. For the average Simpson fan, a 3.
Next on our list, we have Despicable Me Minion Mayhem. This is an attraction based on the popular Despicable Me films, and it features Gru, the Minion, as well as the girls, as you go on a sweet little adventure through Gru's house. Now, this attraction has seen some changes over the year. It originally was in 3D, and now it is not. Basically, you're headed through the Minion factory as you have been shrunk down to the size of a Minion. Now, you are going to help out the girls as they celebrate their adoptiversary because the girls have made a little treat, a little present for Gru, but in return, spoiler alert, he's also made one for them. It's a very sweet and very cute attraction, and if you've got Minion fans in your party, it's probably one you want to check out. Express Pass is offered here, but it's got got a very low capacity, so the line gets rather long. Because of that, and because of the fact that it's more or less just a movie with a bouncing seat at this part since it lost the 3D, it doesn't rank as high as some other attractions on our list, but it's definitely one you can check out if you've got a Minion fan. I don't think they'll be disappointed.
On the Molly Must Ride scale, Despicable Me Minion Mayhem gets a 3.
Right next door is our number 7 attraction, and it's a big one. Like, a really big one. We are talking about the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. This is one of the most intense coasters at Universal Orlando, starting with this huge climb, several inversions, and what's great about this attraction is that you get to select what music you want to listen to. So when you hop into the seat, it'll provide you a little keypad and you can select a song you'd like to jam to. There's even secret menu songs, and one of them is the Rainbow Connection by Kermit. So ask a team member if you'd like to access those, they can tell you how. This one is a little bit jerky, it's a little bit rocky. It kind of gives me and a lot of people a headache because of how much it rattles your head around, but it is a very fun and intense coaster. There is a test seat available at the entrance of the attraction because it does have a somewhat constricting seat, though I have found it's not as constricting as attractions such as Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure TM. Rip Ride Rocket is definitely a thrill seeker's dream, and it's really fun at night if you want to ride it. It does offer Express Pass, but it usually doesn't get too long of a line, making it one you can ride again and again if your stomach and your head can take it.
On the Molly Must Ride scale, Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket rips with a 4.
It's time to roll out because taking the number 6 spot is Transformers The Ride 3D. As the name would suggest, this is a 3D adventure with the Transformers, and it uses the same technology as the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man over at Islands of Adventure. It's a combination of 3D simulator screens as well as larger-than-life sets, so it tends to make some people less motion sick than a strictly simulator attraction. The story of this one is that the bad guys, the Decepticons, are trying to get the Allspark, so you head out to help the Transformers, come into contact with a lot of the good guys and the bad guys, and of course the end, good prevails when Optimus Prime and Bumblebee come to the rescue. Transformers does have Express Pass. The line can vary, like right now it's a walk-on, but it can get a little bit longer, so keep an eye on it throughout the day. Now, I literally don't care about the Transformers. I saw one of the movies because my friend made me, but even though I do not care about this franchise, no offense if you do, it's just not one for me, this attraction is so much fun. But I'm not kidding you, Morgan loves this one as well. She also doesn't care about Transformers. This one is a good time. All you need to know is you're on the good team, and you can have a great time.
On the Molly Must Ride scale, Transformers The Ride 3D gets a funky dance 4.
Coming in at number 5, we have the Hogwarts Express, the King's Cross Station Edition. This is boarding the iconic steam engine that takes Harry and the gang from King's Cross in London over to Hogsmeade so that they can get to school. It doesn't have a height requirement, but you do need to have a park-to-park ticket since technically this is transporting you from Diagon Alley in Universal Studios Florida to Hogsmeade over at Islands of Adventure. So you have to have their equivalent of a park hopper ticket in order to even ride this attraction. But I totally think it's worth it. One, this is a lot smaller of a property, so it's easy to to bounce between the two. And two, if you're a big Harry Potter fan, Hogwarts Express, the train in general, is a huge iconic setting for a lot of things within the story. It's where Ron meets Hermione, it's where he becomes friends with Ron. There's so many key pivotal moments on the train, and a lot of them are illustrated on the attraction. You come into contact with Dementors, you see different characters, you see Hagrid, you see the first glimpse of Hogwarts. It's really fun, and when you go on King's Cross, you actually go between platforms 9 and 10 onto platform 9 3/4. So a really fun thing to do is talk to the team members, talk to the station guards here on the London side, ask them how to get to platform 9 3/4 and see what they say. Now this does have a very long line typically. It has a low capacity and it's very popular, so it usually has over an hour wait. My recommendation would either be to ride it early in the day, it's usually lower than, or late at night. Basically when people aren't trying to park hop as much, it won't be as long. It's usually faster just to walk if it has a long line, but for my diehard Harry Potter fans, I say this is absolutely a must at least once. It does take Express Pass, so keep that in mind as well.
On the Molly Must Ride scale, the Hogwarts Express, a 5. Disclaimer voice for the Harry Potter fans.
Just missing the metal platform, we've got the E.T. Adventure, the last remaining opening day attraction in all of Universal Studios Florida. There's an opening day show, which is the horror makeup show, but again, this is all about rides. But the E.T. attraction is a delightful ride that takes place on the bikes, like at the end of E.T. It's like half the last part of E.T., half Steven Spielberg's fever dream, because after you save E.T. from the cops along with Elliot, you go to E.T.'s home planet, and it's something. That's what I'll say about that. It does have a height requirement of 34 inches, and the best seat to get is the front row second from the left because E.T.'s head actually pops out of the bicycle. Now the E.T. Adventure wait time can fluctuate. It can be very, very long because people are feeling nostalgic, or it can be a walk-on. However, it does have Express Pass if you have purchased or are using that. Now the most fun thing about the E.T. Adventure is that E.T. actually says people's names at the end. He thanks them for their service, which is really, really cool. Are your kids gonna understand E.T.? I don't know, how cool are your kids? Have you shown them the movie yet? But my guess is probably not. However, it's a nostalgic must ride for a lot of people my age and older. It's a lot of fun, and it's just kind of the last of the kitschy gimmicky rides that used to be here. And since I can't ride Confrontation or Jaws the ride, I'll take what I can get and I'll ride the E.T. Adventure. And I'm gonna love every minute of it, including that corn husk doll lady and the giant mushroom.
On the Molly Must Ride scale, the E.T. Adventure, even with that crazy ending, gets a 5.
Kicking off the metal platform, we've got Men in Black Alien Attack. This is a super fun and often underrated attraction here at Universal Studios Florida. This is a shooter style game similar to like Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, and it does have a big practical set just like that one. But a pro to this one versus Buzz Lightyear is the fact that you can actually pick up the gun and aim at targets. Plus, when you hit the aliens, their eyes change color, so you actually know you hit something. Made it a little bit easier to ride than Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. However, unlike Space Ranger Spin, there is a height requirement on this one. You have to be 42 inches tall to ride, and that's because the ride vehicles spin somewhat dramatically at one point, so heads up there as well. But this attraction is so fun. You can ride it again and again, trying to get a better score. There's really cool Easter eggs to look for, including Steven Spielberg hiding as an alien behind a newspaper. There's 2 different tracks, so you could see different things each time. It usually has a pretty manageable wait time. Right now it's 15 minutes. It usually doesn't get up too long. However, it does have single ride where your parties will be split up, or Express Pass if that line looks a little long. But Men in Black Alien Attack is an awesome attraction and one almost the whole family can enjoy together. You'll have fun shooting, trying to get all the targets, seeing who has the max score, and I promise it's a good time.
On the Molly Must Ride scale, Men in Black Alien Attack attacks with a 5.
Welcome, friends, to Diagon Alley, part of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. This land is absolutely incredible, and while I could get into all the intricacies and everything there is to do in the lands, that's not the point of this video, though I have many videos explaining just that. Here we are talking about our silver medalist, our runner-up, number 2 attraction to ride in Universal Studios Florida, and that is Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts. That is the only attraction in this land, and it takes place here inside Gringotts, the Wizarding Bank. In this attraction, you are headed into the story in a very pivotal scene where Harry, Ron, and Hermione are headed to break into Bellatrix Lestrange's vault and steal the Horcrux. This attraction is part simulator, part roller coaster. It is in 3D, but it's absolutely incredible. They mix huge, larger-than-life sets along with 3D simulator screens to create a very immersive environment. Plus, the queue is one of the coolest queues in all of theme park history, where you head into the bank and you see the goblins working throughout the Wizarding Bank. This attraction is very popular, often seeing lines of well over an hour. It does take Express Pass, and it also has a single rider line. This attraction has a 42-inch height requirement, and once again, I do recommend testing out the seat just to make sure you're comfortable before you ride it. It can make people motion sick, especially if you're not good with 3D attractions, but for me, because you're physically moving through an attraction, it's not near as bad as actual simulator attractions. For me, this is an absolute must-do. It's an incredible attraction that even people that aren't Harry Potter fans will enjoy because of the incredible technology, which is why it sits at number 2 on our list.
On the Molly Must Ride scale, Escape from Gringotts gets a 5.
Which leads us with our number 1 top pick, absolutely must ride at Universal Studios Florida, Revenge of the Mummy. Revenge of the Mummy is part roller coaster, part dark ride, all awesome. It's absolutely incredible. It is themed after the Mummy film starring Brendan Fraser, and you're walking onto a set of one of those films, which is why the queue is like part ancient Egypt, part movie set. And everyone there on the set believes in the curse of Imhotep except for Brendan Fraser. But as you board your vehicle, you will learn that the curse of the Mummy is real, and he's coming to take your souls. It is an absolutely incredible attraction with huge, larger-than-life sets, real fire, you go backwards. It is such a fun attraction. I giggle and scream every time I ride it because it is an incredibly awesome roller coaster. It does have a 48-inch height requirement. Highly recommend that test seat once again, but I'm telling you, this is one not to be missed. Whether you care about the Mummy franchise or not, this is an incredible coaster that is so fun to ride again and again. Full of fun and surprises. That's why it's our absolute must ride when you come to Universal. As you can probably predict, the Mummy is very popular and the wait times will get long, so highly recommend using Express Pass if you're purchasing that. Otherwise, the lines will tend to be a little bit lower either first thing in the morning or in the late afternoon, so I'd keep an eye on it and ride it there.
On the Molly Must Ride scale, Revenge of the Mummy gets a 5.
And if you haven't been taking notes, don't worry, we've got this list for you all ready to go. Just head to this website, sign up for our free newsletter, and that list will come straight to your inbox so you're ready for your next Universal Studios trip. Thanks for watching this ranking of Universal Studios rides. Let me know your favorite in the comments. Now go watch the Islands of Adventure ranking. Bye!